Welcome, Empire fans, to the Week 5 Coach Rob Woodward Show. Coach, congratulations on the win. You went up Saturday, had to fight through some adversity early in the game, and, well, pretty much all of the game. There was just things that just didn't go well, but ended up with a pretty decisive win. Tell us about the game.
Well, first of all, it was definitely a long trip up there. But, I can't say enough about North College Hill's administration, their coaching staff, their players. Very, very class act towards all of us as players and coaches and accommodating to us. It was a long trip. Didn't know what to expect as we went up there. But it was a different feel to try to get kids ready to play a game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had a breakfast that morning, and, just trying to get your bodies adjusted to how you're able to try to not be sluggish, but we were sluggish. We were very sluggish throughout the game. Just a lot of breakdowns, a lot of miscues, a lot of we put the ball on the ground 4 times, lost only one of those fumbles, thankfully, but also was intercepted 3 different times due to just some poor decisions and pressure that was coming from them by some breakdowns on our line. So a lot of miscues, but it's something we can take and learn from. And you're right, we ended up with a decisive win because we did play aggressive enough. We had enough things going our way. Now they weren't helping themselves out in any ways either, but hats off to them. They are a talented ball club and much improved from the year before. I saw a lot of strength and athleticism out there. I saw in terms of their scheme, they were making an effort to really put themselves in position to be successful, and I think you're going to see that team much like they did last year. They kind of ran the table after week 5 last year. They've got a couple players that are going to be eligible for them week 6 and make them a lot better ball club, and it'll be interesting to see. I think they'll get a lot of wins.
One thing that I noticed about that team was their front 4 were really, really quick against our offensive line. Did you guys make any adjustments? I know you went power a little bit there. That seemed to kind of slow them down a little bit. What adjustments did you have to make against that quick defensive line?
Well, you don't know exactly what to expect. You try to see things on film, so you go in with a little bit of a game plan. But that's why we've tried to adjust our offense in the past couple of years to have a couple things in the toolbox that we could go to, whether it be some personnel changes with the players that we have out there, which you saw us kind of go to more of a standard pack, run the ball, 2 backs, 3 backs in the backfield, and that's one reason why we have that option, so that we can adjust ourselves when we need to make some changes against a formidable opponent or against someone that's given us some different trouble. So we were able to utilize that in the game, and hats off to our kids to being able to make that adjustment, and the coaching staff to recognize that to make those kind of adjustments that we needed there. But I thought overall defensively we just really did a great job throughout the game. Yeah. Now they got behind us a couple times, and they're running around back there slinging it and completed some of those. So that was something that kept them in the game, and ultimately was what we had to work for. But I thought overall defensively, we had our best scores throughout the game, obviously, on that side of the ball, and those guys did a good job of making sure that they kept them out of the end zone enough so we could secure a win.
One guy I want to mention, and we made him in our Ridge Mini Mart, we don't know what to call it, award, player of the game was Chris Bailey. Chris Bailey had a really nice game at the defensive tackle. And I also want to talk about a kid who just seems like he's a Tasmanian devil out there in Tanner Bivens. That what was funny was when Keeney intercepted the ball, he was wanting him to pitch it back to him.
I just saw that play today on film, and I saw him sitting there. Give me the ball,
Yeah.
Give me the ball. I saw it, and we didn't get it. Normally, we watch it individually as coaches, but we usually will go back and watch a game together, and we see those kind of things and point it out when you got all the guys together watching the film. But yeah, Chris Bailey, going back to him, Chris Bailey, somebody we recognized last year, was able to utilize his strengths, which is his quickness, and he gives us fits every week in practice on our D-line, and we know that he can give an opponent fits too, and Chris did a great job of doing that throughout the game. And then Tanner Bivens, he is that Tasmanian Devil. I kind of got on him earlier in the game for kind of being slow to line up there at different times. Coach Caskey's always on our guys, quick to the ball. He caught that ball down the sidelines after I think he just caught a ball previous to that, was kind of slow lining up. And he made that guy miss and then took off like a cannon down that sideline, scored that, what I think was his touchdown that he had there on our sidelines. And I had to go over to him and go, okay, you might be able to line up just a little bit slow if you can produce plays like that fast. And he's on both sides of the ball. He's really, running around a lot for us back there, special teams. But Tanner never questions anything. He never asked to really be out at any point in time. Matter of fact, we ran today, and he was the first one to finish our lap around the field today and our Monday mile. And Tanner's done a great job.
On to week 5. Hard to believe that we're already here in the middle, and you take on Jackson, and every time you line up against Jackson, it's going to be a tough ball game. What does Jackson bring you to Ed Miller Stadium Friday?
Well, Jackson, well-coached ball club that really utilizes the talents of their kids, much like we try to here at Wheelersburg, and they've got a lot of kids to pull from and a lot of talented kids to pull from, and so there'll be there'll be a lot of sets, offensive sets that we've got to align ourselves to defensively. We've also got to recognize the things they're trying to do defensively against us. And it's been a battle back and forth each and every year. They've, always putting themselves in the Division III playoffs here in recent years multiple times. So, it's a big game. It's a town that really prides themselves on their football, much like ourselves. So, that creates just an outstanding atmosphere for high school football, and we're excited for that.
Well, Coach, we didn't get to see Uncle Phil. I know Uncle Phil got to make it down to the game from Minnesota, and we missed Uncle Phil. But how was it to be able to get to see your uncle?
Oh, it's great. Those of you that don't know out there, he's in Minnesota, and I've mentioned it earlier from when I was a young boy. He's kind of helped instill this love of football. Always sending me Viking update papers up there, the Minnesota Vikings, a team I followed when I was younger, and he's always kind of kept my interest in that. And we've corresponded throughout. This would be my dad's mom's brother, so my dad's uncle, and he's always followed and come down. Him and his wife Sandy, and they were down this week and really enjoyed the game. And going to travel over and visit some family and then head back up. But he's always listening each and every week, and he always listens to the interview. So, say a big hello to him, and we're going to put our best out there on the field this week again.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot, and we will be talking to you next Monday. Go Bird.
Go Bird. Thank you.
Yeah.